Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to a news cycle on global television coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwegbe, reminding our viewers that global television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. President Bola Tinubu has appointed the Deputy Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, Olumode Samuel Adeyemi, as the new substantive Controller General of the service. The appointment was announced in a statement by Secretary to the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board, retired Major General Abdul Malik Jibril, on behalf of President Bola Tinubu. The appointment of the new Controller General is effective from August 14, 2025. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has called on Nigerian youths to shift from mere complaints to concrete action for national development. The Speaker made the call at the official unveiling of the Take Action campaign in Abuja, an initiative of the Youth in Parliament Forum themed Awakening a Generation. Our National Assembly correspondent, Anyetie Patrick, now reports.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, who was represented by the Chairman of the House Committee on Youth in Parliament, Olami Julowo Alao Akala, stressed the need for young people to live in the present and drive Nigeria's transformation through meaningful participation in politics and policy making. He emphasized the importance of reforming outdated laws, supporting youth-inclusive policies like Not Too Young to Run, and backing the proposed bill for reserved seats for women in Parliament.
So painful. I keep telling people that Nigeria of today, if we do not take action, nothing is going to happen. Everything is going to remain the way it is. It's going to be garbage in, garbage out. And if we are here and we keep saying that we're over 60% of our population, 70% of our population, and yet there's no change, and the change we want, we cannot articulate it, we cannot put it into proper. So what are we doing? We need to come together, and that's why we need to take action.
Described the Take Action campaign as a strategic grassroots effort to combat youth underrepresentation. He said the movement aims to mentor aspiring youth candidates and mobilize voters ahead of the 2027 general elections.
The statistics before us are alarming. Despite comprising over 60% of Nigeria's population, young people remain grossly underrepresented in legislative and governance spaces. Take Action campaign is our answer to that imbalance. It is our organized, strategic, and grassroots-powered response.
Other stakeholders at the events pledged to support the campaign and assured continued collaboration with the Youth in Parliament Forum to enhance grassroots engagement and amplify the voices of young Nigerians nationwide. Anyetie Patrick, Global Television News.
Well, thank you, Anyetie, for your reports. And let's turn to other stories now. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has raised the alarm over the poor implementation of anti-corruption and transparency units in government institutions. At an oversight session with the House Committee on Anti-Corruption, the Commission Chairman Aliyu Musa, represented by Director of System and Study and Review Olusegun Adigun, made the call for urgent reforms and funding. Again, National Assembly correspondent Anyetie Patrick now brings us details.
According to the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission Chairman, out of over 400 ministries, departments and agencies, only 26 anti-corruption and transparency units are considered very effective. 58 are rated effective, while 127 are labeled ineffective and 5 are dormant. Most worrying, 92 MDAs are yet to establish the units at all.
We realize that in the compliance rating, we have 6 categories. We have the full compliance, that is MDAs that score 95% and above, and then we have substantial compliance, partial compliance, poor compliance, non-compliance, and non-responsive. But over time, we realize that some MDAs will fall into substantial compliance, while the NDA is not effective. So this year going forward, ATU is now a standalone key performance indicator.
House Speaker Honorable Tajudeen Abbas, represented by Honorable Umar Ajilo, stressed that corruption weakens institutions and hinders national growth.
This public hearing aims to assess the functionalities and effectiveness of the anti-corruption and transparency unit across all areas to identify their challenges and explore viable strategies for addressing the challenge.
Chairman of the committee, Honorable Kayode Akilo, acknowledged the anti-corruption and transparency unit's framework is cost-effective, but warned that some units have underperformed or become compromised.
While we recognize the challenges posed by the nature of corruption, we must also confront the reality that not all actions taken in the name of anti-corruption have been entirely above board. It is paramount that we investigate and assess whether these units are truly fulfilling their mandate or if they have regrettably become extreme in very practices that they were created to eradicate.
The committee says it will intensify efforts to ensure anti-corruption and transparency units are functional across all MDAs as part of broader war against corruption in public service. Annie T. Patrick, Global Television News.
This is Global Television. You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle with Uyi Agmofwegwe. When the rest of the news returns shortly, Nigeria seals International Table Tennis Federation World Youth Championship spots. Details coming, plus business and foreign stories on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us. Thank you so very much, everyone, for staying with us here on the News Cycle. The second part of this broadcast now returns with business, where the House of Representatives, the DOC Committee on Rehabilitation and Operationalization of Barrow Inland Port, has raised serious concerns over the non-functional of the multi-billion naira Barrow Inland Ports in Niger State years after it was commissioned. The chairman of the committee, Saidu Abdullahi, who expressed the concern on behalf of the House, said the committee has summoned the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, and Managing Director of the National Inland Waterways Authority, Bola Oyebamiji, over the issue. And Yetia Patrick was there for Global Television.
Commissioned with much fanfare, the Barrow Inland Port was expected to boost trade, decongest road transport, and improve connectivity across the country. Ad hoc Committee on Rehabilitation and Operationalization of Barrow Inland Port, chaired by Honorable Saidu Abdullahi, demand answers about the Barrow Inland Port in Niger State, a project initially celebrated as a game changer for Nigeria's inland waterway transportation system.
We're directing all the MDAs that will be invited to course appearance once they receive our date, which will explicitly state the date and time of the engagement. Yes, it's actually mandatory because we're taking this assignment very seriously. We'll make ourselves readily available to.
Lawmakers described the situation as unacceptable. They queried that despite the completion of physical infrastructure, the port has not been put to use, citing poor access roads and vandalism as major setbacks.
So my submission, Mr. Chairman and respected colleagues, is that the agency have to appear and the accounting officers have to appear. That shows they respect Parliament. And also, the Minister of Transport is our brother, colleague, who was in the Senate. So we expect better collaboration and understanding.
Representing the National Inland Waterways Authority boss, Abahe Fidelis blames the delay on infrastructural gaps and security challenges.
So unlocking Barrow Port will demand a federal approach. It will demand ensuring streamlined implementation and efficient operationalization. NIWA as an agency is prepared to guide all of us in this phase, ensuring that the post will boost economic growth and national prosperity.
The committee has given both the ministry and NIWA a 7-day ultimatum to submit documents on the port's construction, funding, and operational status. The lawmakers say they will conduct a follow-up inspection at Barrow Port to verify the claims and ensure accountability. Annie Patrick, Global Television News.
Away from Anita Patrick's report now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has officially ruled out the sale of the Port Harcourt Refining Company, reaffirming its commitment to completing high-grade rehabilitation and retention of the plant. Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Bayo Ojulari, made the announcement during a company-wide town hall meeting at the NNPC Towers in Abuja, ending weeks of speculation over the future of the country's most prominent state-owned refining asset. A statement by the company's management says the Nigerian National Company Limited has officially ruled out that possibility. And still in the sector, the push for renewable energy in Nigeria now faces serious challenges. Chief Regulator and Efficiency Officer of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, Engineer Emmanuel Oguche, says financing and lack of reliable data are slowing down the integration of solar and wind power into the national grid. He made this known at a recent energy dialogue in Abuja, the nation's capital, with the theme Preempting Resilience for Accelerated Renewable Energy Scaling. Our correspondent Ubon Usoro now reports on Global TV.
The 2023 UN Environment Programme report warns that fossil fuel drives 75% of global warming, and it urges countries like Nigeria to pivot to renewables. Speaking at the event, the Chief Regulator and Efficiency Officer of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, Engineer Emmanuel Oguche, raised concerns over Nigeria's slow energy transition. He says despite having vast gas reserves and hydropower potential, Nigeria still generates 80% of its electricity from gas, and yet millions remain without power. He noted that Nigeria must prioritize grid-connected renewable energy.
I view as to how to strategically harness the resources around you. So if you are a state like Plateau, where the wind speed is quite significant, if you're developing your resource plan, you already know that the renewable option you should leverage on significantly is wind.
Sure.
And what that will now do is that it will help the other institutions in the state, i.e. Ministry of Planning, Ministry of Budget, Finance and Co., to strategically begin to engage perhaps OEMs out of our climes, where they can now come up with viable collaborative agreements that can enable the developer.
Commissioner Research and Strategy, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, says challenges persist, including poor grid infrastructure, funding gaps, and lack of technical expertise.
In new generation, you have to put all the bells and whistles of partial guarantees and so on and so forth. If the market worked organically, you don't have to find any enhancement.
Yeah.
Because the person that's coming to invest will do a survey of the market conditions. He will determine what is the risk premium he wants to put on his investment, and he will earn it. So I am a bit skeptical because subsidies, Nigeria is not very, very wealthy, right? Let's be honest. People say, oh, Nigeria is a rich country with so much oil, you know, whatever. I think Nigeria is like the 8th largest oil producer in the world, but out of the top 8, probably have like largest population by a mile.
As Nigeria races to meet its clean energy targets, experts agree that without solid data and investment, the transition will be slow and uncertain. Ubon Usoro for Global TV.
That was Ubon Usoro following developments in the past sector for us right there on business. Thank you, Ubon. Let's now take you to the foreign scene, where Russia says it will expand the reach of its electronic visa program beginning August 23, doubling the validity period from 60 to 120 days, as well as extending the maximum stay from 16 to 30 consecutive days. The move, announced this week, is expected to make the country more accessible to travelers from 64 eligible nations, while preserving the program's single entry restriction. The e-visa, introduced nationwide in August of 2 years ago, has quickly become a popular means of entry. A ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia has been mainly holding as border tensions linger, with a truce agreement to end deadly clashes in effect, in part due to economic pressure from United States President Donald Trump. The two neighbors agreed to an immediate and unconditional ceasefire effective from midnight at a meeting in Malaysia after nearly a week of hostilities that saw at least 38 mostly civilian deaths and displaced nearly 300,000 more. The ceasefire comes days before the United States is expected to announce new trade tariff decisions. Cambodia and Thailand are two of the nations likely to be hit hardest as a result of Trump's punitive trade measures, with a 36% tariff on goods from both countries taking effect this coming Friday. Let's now take you to the ever-exciting world of sports. Nigeria have earned qualification from the 2025 International Table Tennis Federation World Youth Championships in Romania after winning the Boys Under-19 team event at the ongoing African Youth Championships in Lagos, Nigeria. Competing at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall, Teslim Balogun Stadium, the Nigerian team recovered from a 2-0 defeat in the semi-finals to edge Egypt 3-2 before defeating Tunisia by the same scoreline in the final. Despite Tunisia's Wassim Essid defeating both Matthew Kuti and Abdul Fattah, Nigeria won the title after Abdul Fattah had beaten Mohamed Kaloufi 3-0 in the decider. The win confirmed Nigeria's return to the Continental Summit after missing out in 2024. Egypt and Algeria settled for bronze. Let's talk football now. Bayern Munich has completed the signing of forward Luis Diaz from Premier League champions Liverpool for a reported fee that could rise to 75 million euros. The Colombian winger, who won the Premier League, FA Cup and 2 League Cups during his time at Anfield, has signed a contract with the Bundesliga champions until 2029. The fee paid for Diaz is the third highest in Bayern's history. That's quite a record there, to make no doubt about it. But that's the full cycle on the news here. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I'm Uyi Agumofwegbe, and on behalf of the entire production team, we say thank you for watching and we'll see you again.